I'm Maggie Severns. I cover policy for Grid. So on November 29th, senators passed a bill that would help preserve same-sex marriage. The bill would do two things. It would repeal the 1996 Defense of Marriage Act, which laid out marriage as being between one man and one woman. And the bill would also require states to recognize same-sex marriages performed in other states. I think there are a lot of questions around, why is the Senate doing this? Why is this such a big deal? And that traces back to the decision that we saw from the Supreme Court earlier this year overturning Roe v. Wade. Because there are several other court cases that rely on similar legal logic to Roe, like Obergefell, which was the same-sex marriage case, if the court is overturning Roe, it should go back and possibly re-examine those other cases. So that caused some Democrats in the House to say, well, let's do a same-sex marriage bill. And when they went to vote on it, surprisingly, a bunch of Republicans joined in, which really signals how much the politics around same-sex marriage have changed when you see Republicans, joining to support a same-sex marriage bill. So then what happened in the Senate, there was a little more opposition. A lot of Republicans had questions about the bill protecting religious liberty. Those senators came to an agreement for some amendments to the bill to help on the religious liberty angle. And so what you saw on November 29th was that the Senate passed this bill with 12 Republicans supporting it. So the share of people who think that same-sex marriage should be legal has been growing among even the most skeptical populations, and those being older people, older Republicans, and white evangelical Christians who form this really powerful voting bloc for Republicans. I think around a quarter of people in this population think that it should be legal at this point, according to polling, which is much higher than it was 10, 20 years ago.